Hey there, we're back. It is another episode of Sounds Like Adventure. Hey, it's me, your host and DM, Jack. And yes, we're back. Huge episode for you this week. But before we dive into it, I do want to make a quick announcement about this week's stream. We've got some life stuff happening in the crew, people all over the country, people moving house. So we're not going to have our usual stream on Thursday this week, but we will be back next week with the stream. But we're not going to miss an episode. So don't panic. Next week in the feed, an episode is still going to be there as normal. So everything should look the same. But hey, stream next week on Thursday. So today's episode. In the last episode, the crew still playing a lot of get to know you as they're meeting each other here. They messed around with a machine called the Tri-Way Destiny Divination device, which gave them some cryptic clues in the form of an arm pointing at different places in the city as to where their destinies might lie. Then after that, they found a strange heaped pile of clothing. And when we left off, Torrin was just lifting up a vest that is identical to the one Gimbles is currently wearing. Let's find out what happens. So as we join you, the five of you are standing around a heaped pile of clothing. You found part of what Gimbles had stolen from him. A vest that is almost identical to the one he is currently wearing, among many other copies of a vest that is almost identical to the one that he is wearing. And one lonely, half-empty potion bottle. Gimbles, I think you're looking at that potion bottle. What do you say? What do you do?
I go, I'll probably, look pointedly at Drea and see, I told you, the green ones, they grow limbs, not regrow. That's important, and remember that. Please don't try and regrow limbs with potion. But also, my shirts.
Right. Is it usually full, the bottle?
Yeah. I had a couple of them in my bag, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Also, do you only have like one pair of clothes that you wear?
Why fix it if it ain't broke?
Right. Okay. Can she?
I'd also feel it.
She feels it.
It's like really soft, like you used to like wool, and you used to like all those sorts of things, and this feels like a modern shirt. Like it's very it's synthetic, and yeah, it's very soft.
Oh, that's interesting. All right,
I know.
Right. So
like I said before, I tried to modify my clothes, didn't go as well as I planned, but I did get something out of it.
Okay, so these are your things that. What was that kobold's name that robbed you?
Spanner.
Spanner is probably dropped.
Yeah, he's like top of the list. And then there's Clio. That's the one.
She just I think she didn't actually want to
I was
steal her.
supervising my brother who was doing, you've got to encourage, you've got to encourage.
Oh, you guys are related.
I think Eustace is still staring directly upwards, and he just, can the potion grow wings?
I don't know, let's find out. And you'll pour a little bit on the ground, and just a little baby foot grows from the ground.
Oh my god. Oh, that's not normal.
No, it's not. As I said, use it to try grow limbs.
What's it
Don't
made
use it to
out of?
regrow limbs. Like I said, I make these.
And you're not a necromancer.
No.
Okay. So what
Interesting, though.
what is your job?
I'm a student.
Of what? Witchcraft?
Yeah, magic. And then he'll appear as frog.
Eustace's eyes light up.
Oh.
He will also close his hand and the frog disappears.
Torrin, do you take a look at the potions? Do you ask to have a look at the potion?
I do actually. So this one's half full, so obviously Spanner is going to be easy to find now, because obviously more limbs.
Oh, do you think he might have drank it? Oh my god, we need to find him.
Do you mind if I have a look at it?
I mean, yeah, go for it. Just don't drink it. Otherwise, you can sort of try it around. Oh, my notebook. And you ruffling through the pile of clothes to see if his notebook was in there.
No, it's not there. Seems like it might still be with your bags.
You were saying?
I'm going to grab, I would have a little pouch on me, just full of like random tinkering stuff. I'm just gonna grab like a cogwheel or something, and I'm just gonna put it on the ground and just put a drop of the potion on the cogwheel and just see what happens to like a full inanimate object.
What
Yep,
happens?
sweet. It just like many fingers just start growing all over this thing.
Oh,
Ew.
And it wriggles around a little bit for a second and then just sort of flops over and the fingers go limp.
That is not normal.
No, it's not. That's why I said don't drink it.
Eustace, are you sure that you want to be like? We can go right now.
I don't know, Mister the one who called me the vomit boy. That's I don't know him.
Merriweather.
I like Miss Drea.
Eustace, I think you're Vomit Boy. And
Yeah,
initially,
but he called me vomit. Boy.
just move in a bit closer with me, okay? Just between us, okay? Okay. All right, packed. Come on, give me your pinky. Come on, packed. You know.
Reluctantly goose his pinky.
Yeah, there we go, pinky. Initially I was like, we could probably rob this guy, but I'm pretty sure that like the value of what he has is something that maybe we don't want. I think he keeps saying invaluable, and initially I was like, oh, that's great, but I think he just knows how to make meat. I don't know if it's meat.
But maybe
Neither do I.
Mr. Torrin can make things, and he has a lot of like cool.
Listen, I had a word with Mr. Torrin, and I don't want you to keep talking to him, okay? So he's a guy that, like, look at him, okay? Look at him. That's not a real job. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not doing anything, okay?
But what about?
Look at him.
He tries to make eye contact too, but he can't put up the strength. What about like my destiny and all that?
I told you. Listen, this is a grift. We could do this grift. Like, just, you could say, oh, you're a fortune teller and just point at any random direction, okay?
Yeah.
They pointed up for you, pointed in the middle of the city for me. You saw what it did for the, whatever his name, the short, Mary, whatever his name.
Mary.
Yeah. It just broke, okay? It's just a hustle to take stupid people's money, okay? So, destiny, I'm sure, whatever. You believe what you want to believe, but don't believe in that stupid machine that's there to steal people's coins, okay?
Yeah. The gates are still closed to the Merc, aren't they? Yeah. Well, we can't go back home right now anyway, so we might as well stick around for a bit.
Okay, that's fine. I just don't want you getting any dumb ideas again, okay? Remember? Pinkies, okay?
Yeah.
It's me and you.
Yeah,
Me and you, no one else.
The ideas for you.
Yes, you know it, okay? And listen, I know that we're here with big and scary and over there, but
Miss Dre is not very scary. She's cool.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean scary. I just meant like you have a whole thing with the marshman. I know it's cute, but like I need you to remember, just focus, okay? Family, me and you, no one else.
Yeah.
No big ideas.
No,
we're not going up. We're not. Trust me, we are not going to the roost. We're just gonna stick together, and it's gonna be fine. Okay?
Yeah. And he kind of turns to the gates. Yeah, not going up. Just back down.
Okay, so this is happening, and I think Gimbles and Torrin, you're doing this little like science experiment. Drea, what part of this conversation are you involved in?
She doesn't want to be here.
Take your pick.
Did you say there was access to a tavern?
Yeah.
And she knows what was his name again?
The Pointy End, and the tavern
Pointy
owner
End.
is a woman, an orc woman by the name of Gorka Halftusk.
Gorka. I think she's staying by Gimbles, but she's staring so longingly at this tavern.
You can overhear Gimbles saying to Torrin, he's like, see, the limb growing potion and my health potions that keep me awake both have the same goal, right? So, the health potions try to rejuvenate my cells. I mean, they could, in theory, if you go along this route, you could extend life, which is crazy. And I mean, the limbs, we're
Mr.
trying to make
Merriweather.
stem cells. Yeah.
Would you like a drink?
Ooh. Of?
Just alcohol. Or water.
I don't think I've had alcohol. What sort of alcohol?
There's plenty of options at the tavern. If you.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah.
Bring the potion, Tarn.
Ooh, maybe don't.
As they're walking as well, I'll be like, so the red ones rejuvenate the cells to keep you awake. And the green ones
Yeah.
regrow limbs. What happens if you mix them together? Will they regrow limbs?
Nope, I don't have my notepad.
Have you got any red ones on you?
No, that's what we need to do because otherwise I'm going to crash and burn.
Can I have a look at the potion?
Sorry, before that, Torrin, I think you're still your findings from the potion of having it, because you defined some things by being an artificer. So before you hand it over to Clio, I think you would notice that there's like some scorch marks on the side of the bottle, and based on your knowledge, that would indicate that the heating method was inconsistent. So it pops into your head. You'd be like, I reckon if you used a copper stirring rod instead of whatever you use to stabilize this, and you reckon you probably used like iron or something like that, you'd be like, yeah, I reckon that'd do it a bit better than what you're trying to do here. So that pops into their head, and then I think you probably hand it over to Clio.
And I'd relay that to Gimbles as well.
Oh, I didn't think that the utensils would actually have an effect on it. I guess, yeah. You put iron in your food if you're low on iron, so it does transfer.
Okay,
to
okay,
food, so I guess it
okay.
transfers to a potion.
Just wind it down a minute.
Why have you got my potion?
Can you make more?
I told you I make them.
Great. I'm gonna piff it up over the gate.
Okay. What are you planning? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I just want to hit someone with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Gimbles like looks up in like a shock horror. Like he's like, that. Do you know how much this is worth?
You said it was invaluable, and you
Yes,
said you can make more, so
invaluable.
it's worth nothing.
Do you know how hard those ingredients are to come by?
You said invaluable. That means it's
Without value.
yeah, it's without value. And now someone else has an extra limb, and I want to see what happened.
They would have more than one extra limb with that amount.
Even better.
Like I said, it doesn't regrow limbs; it grows limbs
And Bert,
indiscriminately.
you want to see? This is science. This is an experiment. And now we get to see the results when we get back in over there.
Drea,
Right?
we need to get through that gate.
Let's just get to the results of the throw before, because at the moment you've kind of like Steph Curry shot it and turned around and just started having a conversation with no watching of when it lands. So basically, I think we need a roll of some kind here to determine how well you throw this thing.
In D&D?
So I think basically, give me nothing.
Great. Oh no, I rolled a 6.
Okay, so it's not a great throw with a 6, so it probably comes out of your hand a little awkwardly. It's that thing where you hold the ball too long and you let go too late, and it comes like close to you, and it splashes down on the ground. And you see this one drop come and land like right on your shoe. So what happens on that one that lands on her shoe?
I imagine on the shoe, it grows what looks to just be a fleshy mound, but like the closer you look at it, you realize that it's like an elbow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to take my shoes off.
And so it just sort of smashes into the cobblestones where the rest of the bottle landed. So what happens there, Gimbles?
Ooh. I imagine that you see like I'm assuming because we've messed with it a bit, there's not as much left. But on the ground you see a mixture of like toes and a little tiny baby leg and all of these other random limbs, and they all start to grow and they wriggle for a little bit. So does the elbow piece, and then just go limp.
God.
And I imagine that Gimbles probably turns to Torrin and he's like, see, like I said, it's imperfect. It doesn't quite work yet. I mean, those limbs should work. And I mean, like we said, iron in food makes it infuses it. So I mean, if the utensils should have an effect on the potion.
What's it like
right.
being a marshman?
Oh.
Oh, I think Drea is just like caught off guard. She kind of like looks down at Eustace and she looks at the limbs that are just limp on the cobblestone, and she looks back at him and goes, "It's a tough job, kid. I'm not gonna lie to you."
Yeah. Yeah, tough,
Yeah, no, it's good work. It's good work. Dangerous
Yeah.
work. Dangerous, but good work.
But good. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Why, you interested?
I you say you're going to the tavern. You can go to the tavern now.
You want to come with? Get some water.
Yeah. We could,
You could give me
yeah,
my water skin back. I could refill it. You can have it back.
you could,
Oh
I'll,
yes, alcohol.
I'll ask, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, I'll ask Clow.
You do everything your sister says.
And,
I don't know how to. I'll.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, kid. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Clio is like sat there. She's not really listening. Like she's trying to scrape off the thing on her foot because like just trying to kind of. She's got a knife. And she's just trying to like peel it up like a
Yeah.
like something. What are they called? Like a what are they called when they're stuck to like docks and stuff like an enemy?
Barnacle.
Yeah, barnacle. Mhm.
You would notice that limb, that elbow, grew from the shoe, so it is like part of the shoe. So you
Great.
you would have to
Awesome.
you would have to cut it off. It would,
Great. I'm gonna cut a hole wherever the part of just a hole in my shoe. And hopefully replace it with another thing later because she doesn't have enough money for another pair of shoes.
as they walk into the tavern, as I walk past Clio trying to get it off his shoe, he'll be like, "Your experiment failed," and just keep walking.
I just can't roll well. Clio was not rolled above a 10.
I think as Eustace kind of walks with, I assume Dre's waiting for Gimbles and then starts heading that way.
Yeah.
And I think trying to discreetly do it, but as a bit more chipper, walking alongside you as he goes inside and kind of breaking any form of social norm. He probably, as he's just talking to you, kind of pokes at your holstered weapons in your thing. Does not like to take them, but he's just kind of like he's physically admiring them. May be, and he kind of turns and sees Clio still scraping at the fleshy mounds on the ground. My big brother was wanted to be a marshman.
All right.
Yep.
He not around or some.
Nah, it's just me and Cloud.
I think she pats the top of his head and she goes, "Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he
that
pulls his
happens.
hat back into place because it is loosely fitted.
Yeah, yeah, that happens, kid. It's a tough world out there. Hey,
Yeah, but it's just got
yeah,
good people looking out for you. I'm sure you have family. I should stop talking.
no, yeah,
Miss,
right. You can ask questions. You're allowed to.
do you have family, Miss Drea?
Treya. I think she kind of like looks down at him and she goes, "Yeah, I do." Out there.
Okay, no further questions, ma'am.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, cool. Do you, I heard, well, I was, my brother was telling me that, when you, the things you have,
The hooks.
yeah, because you're getting excited as you grabbing them. Like you have to, your first monster that you kill, you turn that into that's,
Yeah. Do you want to look?
yeah.
She pulls out her two hooks and she goes, "This one's watch, this one's weep," and she hands it to him.
That's so good. Probably just, yeah, it's gonna
They're
be heavy
huge, by the way.
yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah, wow, he's kind of dragging them on the ground as he's walking.
Try not
About the
to. Yeah.
size of Gimbles' torso.
Yeah, just try not to drag it. I can hold one. Actually, don't drag it on the ground like that.
Do I
It's-
notice this at all at this point?
I feel like it'd be hard to miss. You probably hear a clank as it hits the
Yeah,
ground
it's
and I'm holding it.
Yeah. You see Clio, like, after she's cut out this hole in her boot, look up and just give you daggers with her eyes. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? And then she's got that knife in her hand. She's not threatening you with it, but she's holding it. And she, like, stomps over and she, like, glares at Eustace.
Yeah, I think he'll immediately usher it back into Drea's hands and smile. Thanks, Miss Drea. You're not as scary as Clyle makes you out to be, which is cool.
And you're not as awkward as you seem to be.
Thank you,
Uh,
Mr. Mary.
She
Merryweather.
like kind of nods and she goes, "You can look at her many times, just." And she kneels down. She goes, "I do have. Your sister does have a point. My name's Dreadnought for a reason, but story for another day." And she kind of leads Gimbles closer to the bar, I think.
So you guys making your way to the tavern now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. Can I get insight checks from everyone?
Ooh.
Anything for you, Jack?
Yes, Dad. Yeah.
Whatever you say.
25?
Ooh,
10.
10 for Drea. Torrin, what'd you get?
18.
18.
I rolled an 18.
That's a
18 for
nat
Claire.
20 plus 5.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, great. So, Eustace, have you like been observing what's been happening in regards to like Gimbles finding his stuff and like looking for the kobold spanner?
Yeah, so I think elements of it, yeah, I think he probably would have been more drawn to it, watching the fleshy things form and assuming that half of it's been drunk. He'd probably be more inclined to see if there's a trail than caring about the little Clio throwing a potion kind of thing, because that's where his brain went. Like,
Okay.
well, let's follow a fleshy trail if there is one.
Okay, so with that nat 20, then I think you probably like a few things like dawn on you that like you're looking around, you're probably like, the gate's closed, we can't go anywhere. The stuff was here just in front of the gate. This person's probably just had the same thing as what we've had happen to them. And then you think tavern's probably kind of a good place to lay low and act inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
So do you chime
I think-
up with that?
I don't think chime up, but I think I definitely kind of rush to the front of the group to go into the tavern first to just kind of, I think in Eustace's mind with what he's seen, he's looking for some form of freak the second he goes into the tavern. He'll just have like fingers for a face or something.
You have a fake ID and it's just Drea's old ID. Yeah.
No IDs in a tavern.
So yeah, you guys make your way over to the tavern. And it is a triangular building. It was initially set up as like a temporary structure during the Trident's construction, but it's like stubbornly hung on, basically, still serves patrons. And as you enter, you notice that there's a lot more patrons in this area than it seems like there should be. Seems like the gate being closed seems to have led more people to come to the tavern. And as you enter, you hear a voice call out. They say, Dreadnought, is that you? And who could this be? Perhaps the owner of this tavern? Well, to find out, you'll have to make sure you don't miss the next episode. And to catch that episode, just subscribe to or follow the show in the podcast app that you're listening to this on right now. But hey, with all that in mind, I'll catch you in the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure.